What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of our College Has Aged Me Let's Play Minecraft series. This is episode 27, and if you recall, in the last episode we had created a little infinite villager breeder. So because this is still 1.7.9, this villager breeder still works. So I fully intend on making another infinite villager breeder once 1.8 comes out, because of course, like I just mentioned, this is gonna break. But yeah. So let's start out by going back up to the surface here. Right now, what I have here is a little fence gate, which will basically prevent the villagers from coming up the water chute. And so if they do, then they just end up suffocating here and dying. Because I don't want them to spawn any more than how they. I don't want to have more villagers than I can handle. So here is kind of the area where I wanted to build our little marketplace. I don't know if you saw my proof of concept videos that I posted to my channel recently, but what I'm planning on doing is making little villager trading booths, so that I'll be able to come over here during the daytime, trade with the villagers, and then at nighttime they disappear, so they're safe at night. And then in the morning, we have brand new villagers here that we can just trade with whenever we want to. And so I think that's going to be a really neat idea, and I'm really excited about building this. But at the same time, that's a lot of digging. I don't know if, I just posted another proof of concept video. By the way, the links to all those videos are down below in the description. But that involves a lot of work and a lot of redstone. So I think it's time to get right to it instead of continuing to whine about it. So I need some repeaters as well as some hoppers, and I think I left the droppers. Yeah, I did. I left the droppers in the other room. So let's quickly go and get those. Because I will need, ouch, I will need those droppers. This door here I actually had to replace because these doors were really considered a valid village door, and I needed those doors not to be there. So that's why I took it out. I changed the doors a little bit. I just wanted to let you know that. So basically what I want to do, well, get more redstone because I need more redstone. I guess I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. Okay, so got redstone, we got the droppers and stuff. Alright, let's go. And great. It got dark. So now I have to sleep. So basically what I'm going to do is these villagers are going to be sitting on a double piston extender. During the daytime, the pistons will be extended, which means the villagers will be on the surface, and then at night they will go away. So I have here all set up just seven spots just for these villagers to sit into. So I got a little prepared already. But here, we're basically going to have two pistons facing upward. And then I want to also put a piston there because that's they're going to be pushed later on. So let's just to pretty things up, and I know which blocks I need to keep and which ones I need to take out, I'm just going to use all our building blocks and turn them into sandstone. So basically it reminds me not to touch the ones with the sandstone because we actually do need those. So we need a block there, and we need a block there, and we also are going to need a block there. So if you put a torch there, another block there, see all those pistons are extended. Let's see, I don't need that for now. I do need the repeaters, and let's get rid of the stake. So if I put a repeater facing into this block, and then another repeater facing into that piston there, as well as a piece of redstone there, and then, let's see, I have the comparator there, block there, dropper here, and then I don't have any hoppers on me. Okay. And then we'll have the hopper feeding that way. So if we put an item like, I don't know, piece of redstone in there, what happens is I get stuck. But what's supposed to happen is, um, let's see, when this block back here with the torch, when that block is powered, then it's going to trigger also this dropper, which will alternate, an item will allow to go back into here, which will be detected by this comparator, and then also go back into the dropper once that's all finished. So basically what happens is, let me get my pickaxe again. Okay, so if I supply power to this, so let's get a piece of redstone torch, then the block ends up going down. So the block is pushed downward, and then if I remove this torch, so the change in the weather, then the double piston extender goes back up and pushes the block. So let's see that again. Okay, so the double retraction moves the block back downward. So that is basically what I'm going to be repeating for all of this area down here. And when that is done, I will get back to you. So I'll be right back. All right, so now all of our double piston extenders are now completed. And next we need to wire up the little backup, or not the backup, but rather the second piston. And this is the piston that will push the villagers off of this piston during the night, and then it'll recycle them for the new day. So I added in this little staircase here so we can feed some redstone into the piston here. So what we want to do is we want to have redstone feeding into there, and we want to have 3 repeaters, so all on the full delay, and then also put a little piece of redstone there. So when this comparator reads the item in the hopper, then it will power this block. So that's how this repeater gets powered for the second delay. And then the redstone goes through here in the same exact way. And the repeaters here have 2 functions. One, it allows this system here enough time for the blocks to fall and the villager to fall before we push him off. But also it makes it so that the redstone doesn't interfere with any of this other setup. So what I just want to do is repeat this process for all of these spots here. And while I do this, I just wanted to take some time to mention the things going on in my life right now. Most recently, I just got banned from the Minecraft Reddit, saying that I was spamming. I was posting a lot of my videos onto the Reddit, and apparently the mods didn't like it. So I don't really agree with their decision, but I mean I can see it how my posting my videos would be considered spam, but I feel like I was contributing a lot to understanding the game mechanics, and I just don't really agree that I was really spamming my videos in order to get recognition on my channel. I mean, sure, I was trying to get some views and bring the attention of the game mechanics, and how they can be used in a different way than what I've seen them. But other than that, I really feel like I was contributing really as an individual rather than posting something that I've already seen before. But anyway, this is now all completed. So let's say, for example, then, well, we would need a piece of redstone there in order to power this. But let's see it in action. So if we put the redstone torch down, then the pistons will fall. So really it's going to be simulating the nighttime. And then after a certain amount of time, then the second piston will trigger. And so basically, picture this. So a mine cart, or a villager in a mine cart, will be pushed into our little slot here. And then during the night, the pistons will be down, so it allows him to sit and stall. And during the daytime, the pistons will push him back up. And when it goes to nighttime again, the pistons will go down and then push the guy out of the minecart out of the stall so that the next guy could occupy it. So let's go ahead and see that. So when I put down the torch, the double piston extender will go down, and then after a short delay, then the second piston will fire. So let's go ahead and see it. All right, so if we saw that, the double piston extender went up, went down, and then it triggered again. So now we can see that we have a little hole here, and it's nighttime. So yeah, that part is done. Let me go get all set up and sleep while we figure out what the next step is. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a bit of terraforming because I still needed a little bit of space here so I could incorporate our redstone. And so next what we want to do is add in some tripwire hooks. And what the tripwire hooks will do is allow us to create these stalls and basically only have one villager in the stall at one time. So let me go ahead and put down some of these tripwire hooks. And then we want to go ahead and put in the string. So I'm just going to hold down shift. Actually, I don't know if I have to hold down shift. No, I don't. So I'm just going to click on the tripwire hook, and that's how I'm going to add in the string. And let me go ahead and put down, I don't need a helper block there, but let's see. These pistons here. And I just want regular pistons here. So if we put down the piston here, then when I go over through this tripwire hook, then the piston will extend. So that's what we see there. Awesome. So I basically want to put in these pistons, and we'll see kind of how it goes along with it later. But I'm going to go ahead and put in these pistons, and I'll show you what the next step will be. So I'll be right back with you. And the next part we want to worry about would then be our tracks. So what we're going to do is, if you've seen the video already, then you kind of know what's going to happen. But basically, we want to be able to redirect all these villagers whenever we want to. And that comes with this piston here, and that will help us select our tracks. So first of all, we want to go ahead and have a little circle here. So the reason why is because we want this little curve here, and we want it to be there before, just so that when we send in the villagers, they'll go down this track first, and then they're going to get stopped, or it'll allow them to select the track. That doesn't make any sense at all, but let me go ahead and show you what we got. So basically what happens here is if this side is powered, then it's going to push the cart or the track and the block to this side. But if we trigger the tripwire hook, then the tripwire will push the block and the track back to this side. So basically it'll keep alternating, and once this stall is full, meaning something goes over the tripwire hook, then it'll just trigger, and basically it'll stop the next villager from coming into the stall. So what we want to do is we want to wire it up in such a way so that let me actually go ahead and show you. Just give me a second. So we're going to go a circle again, and then we want to go that direction. So let's put that in first, so it'll favor this side, and then we'll put in our power track. And then let's go ahead and extend that one out a little bit further, and then we want to put that part in. So Alright, so that's basically what we want to do. Although looking at it now, this is a lot more difficult than I remember it to be. Alright, so we want to go around in a circle. Alright. We want it to turn. Dang it. How did I do this? I can't remember now. I don't remember this now. I have a feeling, though, that I didn't I don't remember. All right, that looks good. And then, nope. I wanted to favor that side. I wanted to go this way. Let me go ahead and figure it out, and I'll show you once it's all completed, so I'll be back. Okay, so it's been a little while since I provided a bit of an update, and I did do a lot more work. So I completed the track all the way around. So let's just role play it for an example. So right now, this block is extended here, so it prevents us from going straight through the block and through to this side. So instead, what we're going to do, or what happens is we're going to bounce off of this block, and then this powered rail will push us back. And so we'll basically go around into this next part. So we're going to jump this track, go straight into this block, go around, and then basically repeat that until we find an empty slot. And so if we get all the way around here without finding a slot, then right now we're just going to be dumped over to here. But what we also did was we had or what I did was I completed the track over to this side here. So basically, if let's say this block wasn't here, then we would be able to go into a stall, trigger the tripwire hook, and push the block out so no one else can get in. And then we would just sit there, or the villager would just sit there. And then when the night cycle comes, the piston will go down, the block will push us onto this track, and then we get pushed off onto this track here. So I still need to put in the powered rails down here, but this part is pretty much finished. So this goes all the way around. So basically in the nighttime, all of these blocks will be pushed back, or excuse me, I guess all of the villagers will be pushed down into this track, and then they'll go off into our little collection area. So I think this episode we're mostly going to focus on working on this part, and then in the second part of this episode, which I'm going to release a little later, we'll go ahead and focus on the loading and unloading of the carts, as well as figure out how we want to work out our villager overflow system. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do for this episode. And so we still need to figure out the powering. So let's see, I do have some redstone. Let's see if I have any more here. Nope. So let's go ahead and get some more. Actually, you know what? I don't even need more. I do have all of this sandstone, as well as I saw the redstone torches. So basically what I need to do is I need to make sure that this area gets powered. So I need this part, or I guess that torch to be powered. The reason why these two were powered was because it's sitting on top of this redstone torch, but once we trigger it on and off, then it won't be powered anymore. But we needed it powered all the time. So if we put down our sandstone here, and then a redstone torch, then these blocks will be powered all the time, which is exactly what we want. So let me finish this up really quickly, and then we can move on to the next part, which is focusing on the redstone, or the powered rails on the lower track, so that none of the carts get backed up here. So let me just finish that, and I will get back to you once I'm done. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've done all of the decorating up on the upper level. I just made pretty much exactly what you saw in the other video, just little booths where the guys will be able to pop up out of the ground and then we'd be able to trade with them. Of course, I don't have any villagers here right now. They are all in our spawner. And so in the second part of this episode, which is coming out later, we are going to continue working on this. We're going to go ahead and work on our villager conveyor system as well as our little storage area. And then we want to be able to sort out the villagers later on. So like let's say we don't want the villager here anymore, and we want to be able to just have some way of killing him basically. And so all that's going to come in the next episode. I want to thank you guys for watching though, and hope you have a wonderful day.